Mic check 1, 2, 3. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. Qualifying action set to begin here this morning on this July 11th, 2023. First of 10 is on the gate. Scratching numbers 3 and 5. James McDonald drives to 7, Wunderbar. 1, Sid Vicious, 2-year-old colt by Green Shoe. Shannon Henry trains, Trevor Henry drives, $18,000 Lexington buy. 2, Ways and Means, Doug McNair for trainer Mike Keeling, a muscle mass colt, $55,000 Lexington purchase. Number 4, Game Stats, a gelded son of my MVP, Bob McClure for Chad Hill, $15,000 Ontario Select purchase. 6 is Stonebridge Cosmic, gelded son of Muscle Mass, Rod Hughes, the trainer driver, a $23,000 Lexington buy. 7 is Wunderbar, gelded son of Looks Like a Chippendale, trained by Gary Lance. The driver will be James McDonald. And 8 is Well Met, a Walner colt, trained and driven by Andre Goish, $55,000 Lexington purchase. Gate into the stretch for qualifier number 1. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. And the 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings are sent on their way with Well Met from the outside going right forward to the lead. Wunderbar will follow the neighbor into second. Sid Vicious from the rail gets away in third. Then it'll be Ways and Means. At that one's wheel is Stonebridge Cosmic, and the early trailer is Game Stats. They head into the first turn, and it's Well Met. This is the now 4th qualifier for Well Met, and this Walner colt is going to cut it out. We've seen him do this before. He's on the lead by a length and a half over Wunderbar. Opening quarter was 30-3. So they come out of the first turn, and they are led by Well Met, a son of Walner, leading the way. Looks like a Chippendale gelding. Wunderbar sticks with the leader. 2.5, 3 lengths going back to the Green Shoe colt Sid Vicious. A couple more lengths into the Muscle Mass colt Ways and Means. Racing back there in 5th is the Muscle Mass gelding Stonebridge Cosmic, and the trailer at the back, that is the gelded son of my MVP, Game Stats. They come to the half. 30-3 was the opening quarter. The half was a minute and a fifth. That was a second quarter in 29-3. Heading to the far turn, it's still Well Met leading the charge. Second and getting the nice toe, Wunderbar. Going back to Sid Vicious in the debut, that one sits third. Fourth then is Ways and Means. Going back to Stonebridge Cosmic fifth, and sixth as they went by 5/8 is Game Stats. No change in order yet. It's Well Met who's going to bring them down to three quarters. Getting underway from fourth is Ways and Means. Moved to the outside by McNair. Three quarters is hit in 1:30 flat. They're off the turn and into the stretch. And to this point, it has been Well Met. Well Met, though, has company. Here comes Ways and Means, who's trotting up well on the outside, looking to seize the top spot, and does just that. Wunderbar looks to come up the inside on Well Met. Then we go back to racing in fourth. That has still been Sid Vicious. 16th of a mile to go. The leader here is Ways and Means in the second outing will take it. Finishing in second will be Wunderbar. Then in third was Well Met, and fourth was Sid Vicious. The time 1:59.2. Gate now rolling for our second qualifier here this morning. We've got 2-year-old Pacers getting set to go. Jody Jamison drives number 2, Party Pass. Number 1 is Country Diamond, a Lazarus Colt. Louis Waugh for trainer Nikki Kamenya. This was a $37,000 Lexington buy. 2 Party Pass, a Stag Party Colt. Sean Stacy trains. The driver is going to be Jody Jamison. $32,000 yearling buy out of Harrisburg. 3 is Supplemental Fee. Courtly Choice Colt, Blake McIntosh trains, James McDonald to drive. 4 is Cupid Shuffle, a Sweet Lou Colt, trained by Dan Legacy, Bob McClure in the bike, $60,000 Harrisburg purchase. 5 Alliance is an Always Be Mickey Colt, trained also by Dan Legacy. The driver is Brady Legacy, $45,000 Lexington buy. 6 Alamite is an Art Speak 3-year-old Colt. Carmen Osceola trains, Jonathan Drury drives, and 7 is Premier Surefire, all bets off, gelding trained by Bob Young, Scott Young to drive. Gate picking up speed. Here they come for the second. Off and pacing. Alliance from the center. Steps forward going out to the early lead. Party Pass towards the inside. Also from the center, Cupid Shuffle. Then in between horses, that is Supplemental Fee. Off stride went Cupid Shuffle. Cupid Shuffle made a break. So up front to lead it is Alliance. Getting away second is Party Pass. Supplemental Fee will drop in behind. Premier Surefire from the outside sits there fourth. Then we'll go back to Country Diamond, back to Alamite, and your trailer, Cupid Shuffle. Opening quarter was 31 seconds flat, and they're into the backstretch, and they follow Alliance. This Always Be Mickey Colt leads it by 2. Second is Party Pass, then third up the backside, Supplemental Fee. Another few lengths to Premier Surefire, then 3 lengths going back to Country Diamond, who is going to be followed up the backside by Alamite, and the trailer continues to be Cupid Shuffle. Out from fourth, here comes Premier Surefire, and this 3-year-old gelding is marching up as Young advances that one into second. They're by the half in 59 and 3. A second quarter in 28 and 3 there for the leader, Alliance. It's Alliance onto the far turn. Gets a rival on the outside in the form of Premier Surefire. Then third is Party Pass. Right behind that one, fourth is Supplemental Fee. Back to Country Diamond in fifth. Sixth is Alamite, and the trailer off the rail comes Cupid Shuffle, looking to get into high gear. So they near 3 quarters. And Alliance, that Always Be Mickey Colt, still on the lead. Leads it by half a length from Premier Surefire. 3 quarters hit and 128 flat. Off the turn and into the stretch. 28 and 2 in the third quarter. Into the lane, Alliance still with the advantage. Premier Surefire drifts out a little bit. It's 2 lengths off. Looking to come between horses. A Supplemental Fee being chased as they're coming into the final 8th. It's Country Diamond. It's still Alliance up front. Alliance still by 2.5. Here it comes through the middle. Supplemental Fee trying to edge Premier Surefire. And on the extreme outside is Country Diamond. But Alliance goes all the way and will take it. Premier Surefire did hold on to second. Third goes to Country Diamond. And fourth with Supplemental Fee. 156 and 4. Qualifier number 3 is up next as the gate begins to move. 2-year-old trotting fillies here. Number 3, Baby Be My Love, is going to go with trotting hobbles. The 5, Abby Cadabra. That one will be driven by Doug McNair. 1 is Seasons of Love. This is a 2-year-old filly by The Bank. Anthony McDonald, trainer-driver, $21,000 yearling buyout of Lexington. 2, Rhythm of Life, muscle mass filly. Sean Stacy trains, James McDonald drives, $25,000 Lexington buy. 3, Baby Be My Love is a 6-pack filly trained by Kyle Fellows. The driver here will be Trevor Henry. This was a $35,000 Lexington purchase. 4 is PL Rachel, muscle mass filly. Matt Dupuis trains and drives. 5 is Abby Cadabra, Cadabra filly trained by Steve Bossens. The driver will be Doug McNair, $26,000 London Classic purchase. 6 is the Blondie, a muscle mass filly trained by JF McGuire. Drivers Louis Waugh, $10,000 yearling buy out of Harrisburg. 7, Chocolate Express, Cantab Hall filly trained by Herb Holland. It'll be Jody Jameson in the sulky. This was a $12,000 Lexington graduate. And number 8, Caribbean Sky, Mr. Bianco filly trained by Sean Stacy. Bob McClure is the driver. So there's your field of 8 for qualifier number 3. 2-year-old trotting fillies are assembled as the gate nears the top of the stretch. They're off and trotting. Abby Cadabra from the center gets our first call. The Blondie goes out of there as well. And from the extreme outside, Caribbean Sky is into the mix. From the rail, Seasons of Love is getting away in 4th. Floating mid-pack is Chocolate Express. Then it's Rhythm of Life, followed by Baby Be My Love. And the trailer's PL Rachel. As they get to the first turn, Caribbean Sky is making it to the top here for Bob McClure. They're going to touch down on the lead. 2nd is Abby Cadabra. 3rd is Seasons of Love. Spotted 4th, that is the Blondie. The opening quarter was 32-1. So the rookie trotting fillies will come out of the first turn, and after a cautious opening quarter there, making the front was Caribbean Sky, a 2-length leader as they straighten out into the backstretch. Abby Cadabra 2nd, Seasons of Love is in 3rd. 4th is the Blondie. Then we'll go back to Rhythm of Life. That one is being tracked up the backstretch by Chocolate Express, and then our final pair, Baby Be My Love, and your trailer is PL Rachel. Off stride and down into the safety lane from 3rd went Seasons of Love. Seasons of Love made a break. The half was hit in 102 and 3, and they go into the final turn. Second quarter was trotted quicker than the first, a 32-1 opener. They went the second quarter in 30-2, and as they are rounding the far turn, continuing to show the way is Caribbean Sky. 2nd, Abby Cadabra, moved up into 3rd, the Blondie, tracked 4th by Rhythm of Life, then 5th is Chocolate Express, back to Baby Be My Love, PL Rachel, and the breaker at the half, Seasons of Love, is last. 3 quarters is hit in 133-2, and they'll spin for home. To this point, it has been Caribbean Sky that's brought them this far, but out from 2nd, Abby Cadabra looks to charge on by and now tries to take a short advantage. Battling back, though, and hanging in there tough is Caribbean Sky, so that one did respond, but a short advantage now for Abby Cadabra. Here's the Blondie in the center 3rd, outside 4th, Rhythm of Life, extreme outside, Baby Be My Love finishing well, but as they come to the edge of the tote board, Abby Cadabra will take it. Finishing in 2nd, that was Rhythm of Life, then inside 3rd was Caribbean Sky, and 4th on the outside, Baby Be My Love, 203-1. Here we go for the fourth qualifier. Scratch number 3, World Revival. On the pace, 1 is Jimmy Jets, a 2-year-old colt by Jimmy Freight. Carmen Osiello trains, Jody Jameson drives, $50,000 Harrisburg purchase. 2, Cheeses Murphy Joseph, gelded son of Better Than Cheddar. This 2-year-old is trained and driven by Matt Dupuis, $17,000 London Classic purchase. 3 is out. 4 is Rob, a sports writer colt trained by Dr. Ian Moore. Trevor Henry drives this 2-year-old, who was a $52,000 London Classic buy. 5 is Twin B Crunch Time. This is a Captain Crunch 2-year-old colt trained by Francis Dumichel, the driver James McDonald. 6 is Do Mischief, a Sweet Lou colt, 2-year-old trained by Richard Moreau, Louis Waugh on the bike, $50,000 Harrisburg purchase. And 7 is Casanova Joe. This is a 3-year-old colt that is trained by Todd Clements. Paul McKenzie drives. Field of 6 on gate for qualifier number 4. They're off and pacing. Do Mischief from the outside was trying to get out of there quickly, but the inside starters all flashed some early speed. Jimmy Jets from the rail between Cheeses, Murphy, Joseph, outside, Rob. Those 3 side by side as they head towards the first turn. We'll see who comes away with the early lead. Looks like Jimmy Jets wants to cut it. Cheeses, Murphy, Joseph will drop in behind second. Settling third was Rob. Then we'll go back to Do Mischief on the outside. Casanova Joe got by 1 rival. Early trailers, Twin B Crunch Time. Opening quarter was 29 and 3. So it's Jimmy Jets to show the way here for Jameson. Second qualifier for this Jimmy Freight colt. Leads the charge up the backstretch. Second is Cheeses Murphy Joseph. 2 more lengths then to Rob. Another 2 lengths back to Do Mischief. And then we'll go back to Casanova Joe, and Ostride up the backside went Twin B Crunch Time. So Casanova Joe is racing in 5th, as that one now can basically be the trailer as we have that breaker out of it. They come by the half in 59 and 3. 59 and 3 was the half. That's 30 seconds even. It's Jimmy Jets leading it. Second is Cheeses Murphy Joseph. Third is then going to Rob. And on the outside, here comes Casanova Joe. Inside is Do Mischief and the trailer Twin B Crunch Time. They're 5/8 of the mile into this one. Jimmy Jets continuing to lead. Loose leader of now 2 lengths on Cheeses Murphy Joseph. The 3-year-old Casanova Joe has kicked it up a notch and is now raced up into second. And now slipping off the rail is Rob. And we'll go back to Do Mischief. Last is Twin B Crunch Time. 1:29 for 3/4. They're into the stretch. Casanova Joe surged up here in the 3rd quarter. Jimmy Jets has to respond. Fanning out wide. Here comes Rob trying to get unleashed for Henry. Inside Cheeses Murphy Joseph. And then going back to Do Mischief. Short advantage here for Casanova Joe. Jimmy Jets continues to hang in there in battles. And on the outside is Rob. They're coming into deep stretch. Casanova Joe, Jimmy Jets, and Rob. Casanova Joe will take it. Jimmy Jets was second. Rob was third. And fourth was Do Mischief. 158. Qualifier number 5 is up next. We have a field of 7 2-year-old trotting fillies here. Scratch number, or no scratch here. Just note that number 5, Arlisa. Jody Jameson will drive that one, and it'll also wear trotting hobbles. One Punch the Clock, tactical landing, 2-year-old filly. Amy McDonald trains, James McDonald drives. $180,000 Lexington Select purchase. 2 Moonshine Memories is an Hanover Hall filly, trained by Mike Keeling with Trevor Henry to drive. $85,000 Lexington Select buy. 3 is Armored Dove, Chapter 7 filly, trained by Sean Stacy, Bob McClure on the bike. $125,000 Lexington purchase. 4 is Alibaba, class included filly, trained by Mario Barrajon. Anthony McDonald drives. $11,500 Illini yearling sale purchase. 5 is Our Liza. That's a muscle mass filly, trained by Susie Kerwood. The driver will be Jody Jameson. $45,000 Lexington graduate. 6, She Trots a Lot, muscle mass filly, trained by Paul Walker. He'll do the driving. $70,000 Harrisburg buy. And 7, Mactacular, tactical landing filly, Matt Bax, the trainer driver. $40,000 yearling purchase from Lexington. Here they come for the 5th qualifier. They're off and trotting. And from the center, out of there goes Our Liza out to early lead. Second is Alibaba. Then between horses, Moonshine Memories. Punch the Clock is from the rail, getting away in 4th. Then Mactacular was able to get around a couple. That was Armored Dove. And your early trailer is She Trots a Lot. They're going to the first turn here. Jody Jameson pointed Our Liza out of there quickly, and that one has command. But up on the outside here is Alibaba, who may continue to work towards the lead. Had a 2-hole there potentially, but is going on towards the top. Watching from 3rd, Moonshine Memories, 30-1 the opening quarter. Off stride, coming by the quarter, that was Punch the Clock. Punch the Clock made a break. So to the top goes Alibaba. In 2nd is Our Liza. 3rd is Moonshine Memories. Then up into 4th, that is Mactacular. Racing 5th is She Trots a Lot. 6th up the backstretch, that is Armored Dove, and your trailer Punch the Clock. They go by the half. It's going to be recorded in 59-3. The leader is Alibaba. Alibaba and Anthony McDonald showing the way. 2nd continues to be Our Liza. Then in 3rd, Moonshine Memories. 4th is Mactacular. Racing 5th, Armored Dove, ahead of She Trots a Lot and Punch the Clock, rounding things out. Midway around the final turn, it's the class included filly Alibaba who is the leader and is bringing them towards 3/4. Just tracking from in 2nd, that has been Our Liza. 3rd, Moonshine Memories. 4th is Mactacular. Up on the outside into 5th now, She Trots a Lot. Went around Armored Dove, and Punch the Clock is last. 129-2. They come into the stretch. And now out of the 2-hole and surging on by goes Our Liza, and that one takes the lead. Looking back there in 2nd, that is Alibaba. Watching now as Moonshine Memories moves up into that spot, and Mactacular trying to finish well. Coming into deep stretch, Our Liza is going to win it. 2nd was Moonshine Memories, 3rd was Mactacular, and 4th Alibaba. 159-1. Starting gate is moving into position for our 6th qualifier as we resume with today's action. Several driver changes. First, number 2, She Comes and Goes. Scott Young will drive. Number 4, Fancy Like Date Night. James McDonald drives. 5, Calling Stella. Driver will be Sylvain Filion. And 8, Hope's Watching. New driver is Jody Jameson. 1, Stonebridge Halo is a Captain Crunch 2-year-old filly. Dan Legacy trains. Bob McClure will drive. $125,000 Lexington Select purchase. 2, She Comes and Goes is a Better's Delight 2-year-old filly trained by John Pentland. Scott Young will drive. A $100,000 Harrisburg yearling buy. 3, Intense Lady is a Better's Delight 2-year-old filly trained by Susie Kerwood. Tyler Borth the steer. $40,000 Lexington Select purchase. 4, Fancy Like Date Night is a Better's Delight 2-year-old filly trained by Sean Stacy. Driver will be James McDonald. $65,000 Lexington purchase. 5 is Calling Stella, a He's Watching 2-year-old filly trained by John Pentland. The driver will be Sylvain Filion. Next up is number 6, Maldy's Game, a Better's Delight 2-year-old filly trained by Sean Stacy. The driver, Jonathan Drury. 7 is Pam, a 2-year-old Captain Crunch filly trained by Dr. Ian Moore. Trevor Henry in the bike, $47,000 Harrisburg buy. And 8 is Hope's Watching, a 3-year-old filly trained by Carmen Osceola. The driver will be Jody Jameson. Gate into the stretch, and here they come for qualifier number 6. They're off and pacing. Even beginning here, outside speed from Hope's Watching. Getting a little funky gate in the center was Calling Stella. That one trying to keep it together. Showing speed was Maldy's Game. Pam is there on the outside as well. So your outside 4 are all going to cross over. And from the outside to the top, it's Hope's Watching. From Pam, Maldy's Game. Calling Stella got away in 4th. Then in 5th is Intense Lady ahead of She Comes and Goes. Backed up then to Stonebridge Halo. And the trailer is Fancy Like Date Night. Opening quarter courtesy of Pam was 29-1. They go into the backstretch, and the fillies are being led here by Pam. This Captain Crunch filly makes her 2nd qualifier appearance, and she's up front by 1.5 lengths. Watching from in 2nd is Hope's Watching. 3rd up the backside, Maldy's Game. 2 lengths back to Calling Stella in 4th. Racing 5th up the backstretch, Intense Lady. Then in 6th is She Comes and Goes. 7th is Stonebridge Halo, and the trailer in 8th is Fancy Like Date Night. Field of 8 nears the midway point. No change in order here through the 2nd quarter as Pam goes by the half in 59-3. 2nd quarter in 30-2. To the far turn, it's Pam. 2nd, a 2-hole trip for the 3-year-old Hope's Watching. 3 lengths off the front. 3rd is Maldy's Game. Then in 4th, that is Calling Stella. 5th with 5/8 of the mile now complete is Intense Lady. Track 6 by She Comes and Goes. Stonebridge Halo is 7th, and Fancy Like Date Night can see them all probably about 11 lengths from the front. They come to 3 quarters. Still Pam, and Pam looks to pick it up now. Hope's Watching will have something to say, and looking good in 3rd is Maldy's Game. 3 quarters, 128-4. Off the turn and into the stretch at 29 1/3 quarter, and as they straighten for home, Pam has the lead. Hope's Watching in 2nd. Now looking to get unleashed is Maldy's Game on the outside, and that one's closing in on the leader. They come to the 8th pole. Pam drifts out a little, trying to be straight and strong down to the wire now. Pam still leads it. Hope's Watching in 2nd. Maldy's Game in 3rd, and Calling Stella is in 4th. Coming to the wire, Pam with a good effort. She'll win it. Finishing 2nd was Hope's Watching. Maldy's Game was 3rd, and then Calling Stella 4th. 157-2. Up next is qualifier number 7, 2-year-old pacing fillies here. Scratch the 6, Bet I'm Shady. Driver change on 3, She's Rock. It'll be Carol Voyer. On the 5, Little Stitious. It'll be Scott Young. And on the 7, Northern Halo. The driver will be Jonathan Drury. 1 is Go in Wherever It Leads. Better's Delight 2-year-old filly. John Pentland trains. Bob McClure drives. $45,000 Harrisburg yearling. 2 is Quite Beachy, a He's Watching filly. Sean Stacey, the trainer. James McDonald will drive. 3, She's Rock, He's Watching filly. Carol Voyer, the trainer driver. The 4 is Quiet Assurance. That's a Control the Moment filly trained by Susie Kerwood. Tyler Borth will drive. 5 is Little Stitious. Better's Delight filly trained by Sean Stacey. Driver will be Scott Young. 6 is Out, and 7 is Northern Halo. A Better's Delight filly trained by Sean Stacey. Jonathan Drury will drive. Field of 6 for qualifier number 7. Starting gate swings into the stretch. 2-year-old pacing fillies. Here they come for the 7th. And they're off and pacing. Quiet Assurances from the center is getting our first call, as that one will pace out to the early advantage. Quite Beachy is from the inside. Here on the outside comes Little Stitious ahead. Then we'll go to She's Rock. At the rail is Going Wherever It Leads, and the trailer is Northern Halo. Into the first turn they go, and your leaders, Quiet Assurances and Tyler Borth, they get to show the way. In second, wide around the shadow there was Little Stitious, and that one we'll see if just settles in the 2-hole. It looks like that'll be the case. 29 and 2 was the opening split. They come out of the first turn, and your leader, Quiet Assurances. Quiet Assurances is Control the Moment filly up front by a length and a half. Borth trying to keep her straight there. And now coming out from second will be Little Stitious to try and loop around. Then in third, that is Quite Beachy, going back to Going Wherever It Leads in fourth. Fifth up the backstretch is She's Rock, and your trailer is Northern Halo. So with that lead change in the second quarter, Little Stitious in her second outing, this Better's Delight filly was by the half in 59 and 1. On to the far turn, they go the rookies. It's Little Stitious leading it. Second is Quiet Assurances. Then in third is Quite Beachy. Racing fourth, Going Wherever It Leads. Break of 4 lengths back then to She's Rock fifth, and sixth, as 5/8 of the mile has now been contested, is Northern Halo in the debut. A 2-length advantage up front here for Little Stitious, who's about to get them down to 3/4. Quiet Assurance is in second. Quite Beachy is there third. Going Wherever It Leads in fourth. 3/4 was 128 and 2. Off the turn and into the stretch after a 29 and 1/3 quarter, Little Stitious swings them into the lane. Second is Quiet Assurances. Quite Beachy stays behind that rival for the time being. Here's Going Wherever It Leads, looking to surge on the outside from fourth now up into third, into the final eighth, and it's still Little Stitious. Back out, here comes Quiet Assurances trying to charge by. Quiet Assurances, Little Stitious at the inside. Quiet Assurances takes the lead. Quite Beachy, Fred Racetrack late, is going to split through to make it close. It is going to be Quiet Assurances to win it. Second was Quite Beachy. Third went to Little Stitious, and fourth was Going Wherever It Leads. 157 and 3. Gate is rolling for 8th qualifier. Scratch number 1, having a party. Scratch the 4, Curious Bubbles. Louis Waugh drives 2, Arts Alive. Tyler Borth drives a 3, Better Be a Terror. Arts Alive is the 2, 3-year-old gelding. Dwayne Marfisi trains. Louis Waugh drives. 3, Better Be a Terror. Blake McIntosh trains his 3-year-old colt. The driver is Tyler Borth. 5, Bring Your Fire, a 4-year-old gelding trained by Dean Nixon with Jody Jameson. 6, Bad Eye Bill, a 5-year-old gelding trained by Gerard Demers with James McDonald. And 7 is Shooting Straight, 8-year-old gelding trained by Catherine Flanagan. John Flanagan drives. They're off and pacing here in the 8th qualifier, and Bring Your Fire tries to bring a little bit of heat in the early stages. However, Arts Alive is the quickest away, and that one just motors along out from the inside to grab the early lead. Second will be Bring Your Fire, then into third is Better Be a Tear. Dropping in fourth will be Shooting Straight. In front up, Bad Eye Bill. They're into the first turn, and up front, all alone there right now is Arts Alive. So Arts Alive, this Art Speak 3-year-old gelding, is going to shoot them up to the opening quarter. It's paced in 28 and 3. So they get set to leave the first turn. Arts Alive is pumped up on the front, leading it now by 7. Back in second is Bring Your Fire, then racing in third is Better Be a Tear. Fourth up the backstretch is Shooting Straight, and racing in fifth is Bad Eye Bill. Waugh and Arts Alive are all alone on the front as they're racing towards the half. Second is Bring Your Fire, 3 lengths going back to Better Be a Tear. About that same margin then to Shooting Straight, and rounding things out, Bad Eye Bill. The half is hit in 56 and 3. A second quarter in 28 seconds flat. To the far turn goes Arts Alive. 2 for 8 on the season is this 3-year-old and leads it by nearly double digits. Second is Bring Your Fire. Then back to Better Be a Terror in third. Fourth is Shooting Straight, and Bad Eye Bill rounds things out. So they head down towards 3 quarters, and Arts Alive continuing to roll right along on the lead here. It'll be Arts Alive by 3 quarters, leading it by about 6 or 7. 3-quarter time, 125 and 2, 28 and 4 in the third split. Into the stretch, Arts Alive will try to finish it off. Second is Bring Your Fire, tracked by Better Be a Terror in third. Fourth is Shooting Straight, and Bad Eye Bill in fifth. No change in order yet. They come to the final 1/8 of the mile, and Arts Alive is going to go all the way. Arts Alive is going to take our 8th qualifier here. A couple whip taps late. This one trying to finish it off strong. Second is going to be close. Bring Your Fire is going to hold that. Finishing in third was Better Be a Tear, and then up for fourth was Bad Eye Bill, or over Shooting Straight. 153 and 3 for Arts Alive. Gate is rolling for our 9th qualifier, 3-year-olds and up on the trot. Just note that number 2, Johnny Boots, is going to add trotting hobbles. 1, Brace for Landing, a 3-year-old gelding, trained by Dominic Ledoux. The driver is Anthony McDonald. 2 is Johnny Boots, 3-year-old colt, trained by Ron McDonald. Brett McDonald drives. 3 is Lindy's Irish Cream, a 3-year-old filly, trained by Blake McIntosh with Bob McClure. 4 is Snapchat Sam, a 3-year-old gelding, trained by Richard Moreau. Driver is James McDonald. 5, Our Royal Port, Archangel 4-year-old gelding, trained by Shane Weber. Sylvan Filion to drive. 6 is Timel Riggs, a 6-year-old trainer-driver Mark Etzel. Horses on gate. Here they come for qualifier number 9. They're off and trotting. And it's going to be Our Royal Port and Timel Riggs, those two the quickest away. And Timel Riggs is going to power on out of there to grab the early lead. Our Royal Port getting away in second. Lindy's Irish Cream is third. Then we'll back things up to Snapchat Sam in front of Johnny Boots, and Brace for Landing is sixth. To the first turn they go. Timel Riggs, the veteran in this group, the 6-year-old showing the way. The 4-year-old Our Royal Port is in second, and the 3-year-olds will have to watch them up front. So it's going to be Timel Riggs to the opening quarter in 29 seconds flat. As they get set to come out of the first turn, Timel Riggs leads it, and Our Royal Port will watch from second. Sits right behind the leader. 3 or so lengths going back to Lindy's Irish Cream from third. Fourth up the backside is Snapchat Sam. Then in fifth, that is Johnny Boots, and Brace for Landing is your trailer 6, probably a dozen lengths from the front. They move up the backstretch, and Timel Riggs, who's 1 for 2 this season, that was back in January, second qualifier since being off for several months, is going to bring them by the half in 57 and 4. Timel Riggs went a second quarter in 28 and 4 there. Cut it out in that last qualifier before just getting edged. And now Our Royal Port will try to flip the tables eventually as that one gets the dreamy 2-hole trip. But right there third is Lindy's Irish Cream, as that 3-year-old filly looks good there, racing third. Back to Snapchat Sam in fourth. Brace for Landing is now moved into fifth, and Johnny Boots is now the trailer 6. So they pick it up here up front just as they approach 3 quarters. Timel Riggs gets it into high gear, 126 and 1. Into the stretch after a 28 and 2 third quarter. It is Timel Riggs trying to go all the way. Our Royal Port in second. Lindy's Irish Cream is charging on the outside to the 8th pole. Timel Riggs up the rail. Our Royal Port and Lindy's Irish Cream continues to inch in closer, trying to go on by. It's Timel Riggs. Lindy's Irish Cream on the outside. Inside Our Royal Port. Timel Riggs is almost there. Lindy's Irish Cream went off stride. Timel Riggs will win it. Lindy's Irish Cream is off stride second. Our Royal Port was third. Then back to Brace for Landing, Snapchat Sam, and Johnny Boots, 154 and 4. Time now for our 10th and final qualifier. It'll be a field of 6. Scratch number 1, Cancun Kai. Scratch number 2, Sylvia Hanover. Number 3, Momentarily, is a 4-year-old mare trained by Dan Legacy. The driver's Brady Legacy. 4, Dock of the Bay, 4-year-old gelding trained by Shane Barrington with Trevor Henry. 5 is JJ Tommy, 4-year-old gelding trained by JF McGuire with James McDonald. 6, Blew Me a Kiss, a 5-year-old mare trained and driven by Nick Boyd. 7 is Twin Bee Betty, a 7-year-old mare trained by JF McGuire with Louis Waugh. And 8 is He's in Control, a 5-year-old trained and driven by Lyle MacArthur. Field of 6 on gate here for qualifier number 10, our final qualifier on this Tuesday morning. Gate picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. Twin Bee Betty steps out to the early lead, along with He's in Control on the outside. Momentarily to the rail, but Dock of the Bay will get by that rival. We'll then find JJ Tommy in 5th, and early trailer 6 is Blew Me a Kiss. To the first turn, He's in Control, wants to be in control, will work around Twin Bee Betty, and is the leader into the first turn. Back in 3rd is Dock of the Bay, racing in 4th is Momentarily. Then in 5th, that is JJ Tommy, and the trailer there is Blew Me a Kiss. The opening quarter was 29 and 4, and they move into the backstretch. Leading the charge, He's in Control. He's in Control. This 5-year-old is up front, leading it by nearly 2. Twin Bee Betty, the 7-year-old mare, there second. 3rd is the 4-year-old gelding, Dock of the Bay, tracked in 4th by the 4-year-old mare Momentarily. 3 lengths then going back to the 4-year-old gelding, JJ Tommy. And last of all, that is the 5-year-old mare, Blew Me a Kiss. So they're by the half in 57 and 2. Second quarter, that was some pretty good speed there, as they actually went the second quarter in 27 and 3. So you can see them starting to space out a little, as the leader is He's in Control. Still a 2-length advantage on Twin Bee Betty. 3.5 lengths back to Dock of the Bay in 3rd. Right on that one's back in 4th is Momentarily. Then we go to JJ Tommy. And last of all, that is Blew Me a Kiss. 3 quarters is coming up next for He's in Control. By that station in 125 and 1. Off the turn and into the stretch. A pretty good middle half there. That was 27 and 4 in the 3rd quarter. He's in Control. Has taken them this far. Tracked in 2nd by Twin Bee Betty. Momentarily is out in the center of the track. Between horses coming on is JJ Tommy. Then it's Blew Me a Kiss, and dropping back is Dock of the Bay. They come towards the final 16th, and it's He's in Control. Going to turn in a good effort here. He's in Control. Will win it by 2.5 lengths. 2nd was Twin Bee Betty. 3rd went to JJ Tommy, and 4th was Blew Me a Kiss. 153 and 3. $153 and 3 was the final time in qualifier number 10.